for the Invoker and the Juggernaut. But actually, Alohadance is picking up the Zeus. So it's going to be yoky on that Sand King, and they might...
It looks like they're going to pay for it. jonassomfan going to be caught by this stun out. The heals go down. Sealkid is now going to be silenced up. They do have a lot of magic wand charges. Unfortunately, it's just not enough. Sealkid silenced out for too long, is unable to get...
Sand King does pick up his Blink Dagger. Soon enough, the Invoker will have his Orchid, and that's when kills really start racking up for Empire. So they still have some room to bring this one back, and we're actually seeing some ward wars that will be engaged upon.
Yeah, jump in, call it a silent. Can they pop him? No, yoky gets the double one, and now Silent is going to be able to spin to win. Not going to be chopped down as EMP kills the mana of the side of Limp and Sealkid. They're going to drop Sealkid here. The heal goes out just in time, but I'm sure he'll still die. As yoky blinks forward. Actually, Era gives him a little bit more room, but the Lightning Bolt finishes him off, and now Era's in some trouble. He gets a bit too close to the sun. He needs some TPs in. Lion's going to come in. He's got the opportunity, but doesn't make the jump just yet. Now yoky comes in. Two-man burrow. That's a beautiful setup. Handsken's going to go down. Era still left here. 5 seconds. The Lightning Bolt comes in. Not quite enough damage by itself, but yoky, he's got the Blink Dagger. Never mind. The Zeus with the Arc Lightning is able to get the kill on the left-hand side. Limp, he came in, went for Alwayswannafly, but Silent still got the Omni Slash. Nip ends up dying. Empire running over Nip after Nip member. jonassomfan keeps on going, trying to go for Skywrath Mage, hoping to get the chop, but it's not enough. The Quads build from Empire is taking him down. jonassomfan does finally get in range, but the Shell Grave goes out. jonassomfan surrounded here, should be going down. I doubt he's going to be able to get the call, sure enough. No way. Silent also picks up the kill on Dazzle. What was that? That was like a 7 for...
Most of it I will have to attribute to the Soul Rings they picked up on Empire. The early Zeus Tranquil Soul Ring, the Sand King going for the Blink Soul Ring. They're just able to sustain their mana pools to keep the dives rolling. And NIP, the second they kind of got hit by that EMP, their fight broke down, they were in full retreat, and Empire just stepped on the gas. They're able to push so hard. And look at this. Now the yoky's level 9. He picked up his point in his ultimate. Epicenter available, Smoke of Deceit onto 2. They'll push the tower with 1 or 2 heroes, and they'll have the Epi and the Mystic Flare waiting in the wings.
Now let's talk about this build. While we follow the Empire smoke gank, they're not going to find anyone immediately. Do you think he should have gone for Epicenter sooner because he didn't go for the maxed out farming? Like, his playstyle is just different from other Sand Kings, right? We've seen this a few times with a very aggressive Sand King. As you said, you pick up the Soul Ring, you roam around.
Radiant's
knowing that
bottom
he's
tower
going
is
for that
under
kind of playstyle, do you think he should have gone for Epicenter a bit sooner instead of maxing out that Sandstorm?
I do feel that, but only in the context of the heroes he's up against. So Slardar Crush, the Axe Call, the Earth Spike, a lot of different ways to cancel out that Sand Blaze, and they've got Omni Slash, Epicenter. I mean, even if Invoker starts a gank and then fails because the enemy converges, that's convergence that the Sand King can use to dish out his damage.
So look at that net worth lead, since we haven't seen too many kills. Just a couple of pickoffs on there for Nip. Oh, do they actually get him? Omni Slash bouncing around. The Tornado goes out, holding some of these heroes in place. yoky is found, forced that forward. Not going to be enough to save him. Oh, nope, not quite enough. Limp is able to get those kills. He's being right-clicked down quite heavily. In fact, his BKB fades. He blinks himself away. Requiem of Souls onto Juggernaut, able to finish him off. jonassomfan looking for more. Force that forward, slowing down Alwayswannafly. That should be another pickoff there, as I don't think Resolution has anything to save him. All he's got is a cold snap right now. That's not even possible. So, jonassomfan, I mean, he's got nothing to worry about, right? Even if he doesn't get close enough to tower, but they injure it low enough that the next time this happens, it'll be a quick kill, and they can immediately go for Raxus. They've also established...
I want to real quick go back to the glyph that was used earlier, and they could have minimized almost all the damage on the tier 3, but...
Yeah. Sealkid, whoa. Smoke pops, they're going to be able to grab on the right-hand side. Handsken, quick kill there, no disables out from him. Resolution, oh here. Force stab, not quite wanted. They do have the Epicenter going down. BKB already activated. And they leave Resolution to die. Silent, meanwhile, pops his Manta, going for Era, but can't quite get him yet. He does have Omni Slash up in 10 seconds. Sealkid's quite low. Goes for that one. Easily gets it. Limp, though, is looking to be able to counter-initiate. The Manta is stopping his blink and stun. Will be able to stun, but Silent responds. Limp dropping quite low, but not quite low enough to get the kill. Meanwhile, Era does end up dying in the end, and nobody dies to that death animation farther up. Alwayswannafly, always want to die, but he's baiting out jonassomfan. He's probably going to go down here. Silent sees him. They get the stun onto him. They're actually going to try and go for this one. They get it too. The two-man stun out from yoky. He's able to get a return kill, but yoky's going to end up dying. jonassomfan doesn't have the mana to be able to finish him off with the Culling Blade, but will right-click him down. Alohadance gets that return kill. It's now support versus support. Lion is the first one to blink in the game of support chicken.
See nothing, and suddenly the initiation.
Yep, Alohadance going to be first target. Good force staff as a response. Omni-Slash stays on Limp, but now bounces over to Era. They're going to be able to get the call to intercept. Silent now with all that minus armor is going to be blown up. The Requiem doesn't hit him. Silent is able to get out the healing warp, but doesn't manage to stay alive. The Tornado comes in with the interception, but not good enough. Yoky does have a stun up in 2 seconds. Resolution barely kept alive here. Fuel Scepter onto the Sand King. They could try and reinitiate if they really have some.
He could have just kind of hovered near Era and kept him covered, but 12 seconds is a long time for Axe to not be able to reinitiate with Call, and that's the time they needed to kill off Era. So really good conclusion of that fight for Empire, minus
Silent is going to be called here. Ninjas-in-Pyjamas, great situation set up onto Silent. They almost lose jonassomfan. Meanwhile, the Skywrath Mage dies to the Blade Mill. Tornado to intercept, but BKB activated. His Limp sees it coming. Omni-Slash goes off. Going on to Limp. Can Silent actually disengage? Not in time anyway. Deafening Blast onto 2. Goes for the kill on Handsken. Resolution, though, has the minus armor on him and is not going to be getting away from Era or Limp. They get 3 kills out of that engagement. And I'm not sure if Resolution, again, perhaps too aggressive, gets a pick off on a support, but loses his life, and now Alohadance can't get back to the base in time. Nip will now push uphill.
No, I mean, as long as they have the amp damage on Sand King, they'll know when
down. Good God. Like, he's all by himself, and he just, like, goes in with a deafening blast. I mean, he's got to buy time, sure, but there's buying time, and there's suicide bombing into the enemy. Resolution trying to get away from Limp, but going to be able to hit by the stun. Yoki's coming in. He has the epicenter to be able to intercept, but they've already lost Resolution. Limp is going to go down in exchange. No, the BKB shallow grave keeps him alive. Yoky ends up dying as Era now fearlessly blinks into the base. Going to get another one. Alwayswannafly goes down. Silent fighting up against the old Scepter. The call's going to come out, not quite in time. They are going to be able to get the kill on the side, though. Lip ties to the Manta Illusions. What? Era, BKB's on his way out. Blink away. And Empire trying to get
it, but still, NIP look to engage.
I can't believe they're sticking around this area for so long. Like, they know it's a smoke up. And Alwayswannafly almost gets found, slowed down, trying to get some distance, but he needs force staff help. They also need a Tornado. Limp. Blink dagger up in 3 seconds, but it looks, Era's actually going to make the jump. 2 shots to the Skywrath Mage, and now Resolution's going to be jumped on as well. No escape either. Hangs on to Silent. It's Empire. They're out. They are losing hero after hero. Silent tries to get away with a spin, but right clicks. Manta not going to survive. The Scotty is just too much. He falls over, and Yoky, the Sand King, going to be forced back to the fountain with no buybacks. That's get the creeps because backdoor regen's still up, but they'll be able to cripple Empire. That's for sure.
I don't know if Nahaz is just bad luck for NIP or I'm good luck for them, but this is really just turned around. This match as a whole is just NIP showing that they're controlled, that they're collected and calm when it comes down to these engagements, and they're not going to scatter like dust in the wind the second a Zeus ulti shakes their initiation. They're still just going to go, commit, find the pickoffs, and now they're the critical ones. That's the 80-second death timer of the Invoker who bought back recently, the Juggernaut who just can't get back into the game, and then mid lane of Rax down, bottom lane to fall, and Empire on their last legs. So
what you're saying is I need to fire myself and have you and Nahaz cast the game for the most epic best of 5 game 5 ever.
Sign me up.
Alright, so Era starts going for the tier 3 top tower. They do make the jump onto Zeus. Yoky unable to stop that one. Limp with the BKB still strong enough. They'll get both sets of racks, and they've got Zeus down for 70 seconds. So this is going to be a 4 versus 5 fight if Nip choose to force it. Boots of travel. This guy is the world is his oyster right now. He's going to jump on a Resolution with the boots of travel in. They could actually fight this one. Era makes to come in, and never mind. Good God, jonassomfan just took him out solo with Blade Mail. They can go uphill and start beating down this tier 3 tower. Jump in, Yoky. They're going to try and burst down Era. They almost get him, but the Shallow Grave is going to be enough to keep him alive. Now the Omni-Slash bouncing around between the 2 tankiest of the heroes. Limp is dropping quite low, and maybe Silent can actually get this kill. Alohadance still alive, but the Cooling Blade finishes him off now. And jonassomfan chased down by Silent, but he's so damn tanky in the back, though. The rest of Nip don't really want to fight too much. Era is too low to really go for it. Alohadance on Silent. Pops out. Yoky managed to get the stun onto Handsken, but they don't have any follow-up stuns. Doesn't seem like they feel confident enough to be able to grab it. jonassomfan, Era, gonna pop the BKB, force stabbing him in, but no! Era actually doesn't manage to get off a good ultimate there. I'm not sure if that was an animation glitch or what, but Yoky is now gonna be found as well. They right-click down the Juggernaut, they get the kill on Yoky. Empire, Resolution's back, and the buyback there is from the Sand King as well. Ninjas-in-Pyjamas not gonna try and force it just yet. They sit back. Still got Roshan up in 20 seconds if they want to, but
Dire's structures are
what the hell happened to the Requiem of Souls? Did you see that, Blaze?
Yeah, I have no idea, honestly. That was weird.
There was no animation. I'm not sure, and I didn't see a burst of damage either.
If you get stunned while you're casting it, the seconds should still, like, you don't really wind it up again, and you just kind of explodes out of you, but it was still really weird. Now, Resolution, oh, that's the one catch they couldn't afford, and I think that's pretty much GG. Oh, man, this team fight just was broken down really quickly. If the Zeus had gotten his second ultimate out, actually, Arrow would have died, like, 2 minutes ago, but the Zeus died, refreshed, getting killed, dunked down by the axe, and, you know, Arrow has been alive this whole time to finish the job. It came from NIP, and obviously just another great show of dominance when it comes down to those mid to late game team fights.
All right, guys, we're going to a game number 5, the best of 5 finals. Empire starting off with 2 wins. Really thought it was going to be a short series, but Ninjas in Pyjamas have made the comeback. Short break, and